Here's a sweet little piece called Night Harbor. You can see the lights are on in the house and the moon is shining over the water. But before we draw this little night harbor, I want to show you work that's already been done. This was drawn with a Sharpie, our drawing utensil that we've been using. And we use it because it is indelible, meaning when you put the watercolor over it, the line is not going to disappear or fade out. But what makes this even more interesting is the fact that they have a thick line against a thin line, a thick line there and a thin line. And that's just using your Sharpie by either turning it or going over it a couple times. It's really effective. This little drawing was drawn with oil pastels. And you can see when you put the watercolor over it, the line stays. You get this nice bright color. That's called crayon resist, and you've done that before. Here is Sharpie and watercolor. Sharpie and watercolor. This is a Xerox. Looks like the lights are on. And oh, there's a little fish. Lights are on, the moon is out, and there's a little fish. It's called Night Harbor. It's all blue, dark purple colors. And this is rather nice. It's got a nice white half moon, and then the full moon around it is just a little paler blue, and then the dark around that, really, really nice. Not only are the lights on, they've got an apple tree and a little fish. And this is where we started, our little night harbor. So let's draw it. You'll need a piece of paper on a horizontal orientation, your Sharpie for drawing, and your watercolors. Okay, here we go. Remember, I've said foreground first, so we have a big rock in the foreground. And rocks are organic, so that doesn't have to be a perfect curve or a half circle. It's our first rock in the foreground, and then let's do another one up here. This is forming our harbor, our little harbor. Let's add a few rocks that are in the water here as we build out our rocks. Let's go a little lower. And remember, I'm going fairly fast, so if this is too much, just pause your video and then come back. We'll be right here. There. Let's add a few here also in the water. I'm not going to do that back mountain rock until after I do the house. Now the house is just two straight lines. It could be a short little house or a tall house. I'm making a fairly tall house. Then a straight line across the top. And you're welcome to make any kind of roof you would like, pointy or flat. I'm going to do a half pointy and a half flat. So two angled lines going up towards the top, and then I'm going to flatten it out because I want to add a chimney. I always like chimneys. And then you can do a rectangular door or a round door, whatever you'd like. Remember, you're the artist. And then your windows. And then let's add a few trees, which just look like a Y shape. Notice I'm keeping my pen fairly loose. And then here are the branches. Now we'll add the foliage, which is just a bunch of curves, any shape. It's very organic. Let's add another little tree here. And it could even go, have the branch going behind the house. That's kind of nice. Here's the foreground of the foliage, and here's the back, the top. Let's do one over here. I'm going to make this a little bit wider so that I have 3 branches, which makes another little V, like that. Then you add your foliage. And then our last either mountain or big rock that this little house is sitting in, on. And then the water, like that. You could add fish in here if you like. Maybe I'll put another rock over here. Another little one here. That's it. That's the drawing. Now if you like, and I always like, oil pastel, I'm going to do a half moon in white here. Just because that's always so much fun. And then I'm going to outline it in a blue, a lighter blue. It's kind of rough. Remember, you're the artist, anything goes. And then I'm going to outline it in a dark blue. And then because I can't resist, I'm going to add a nice deep dark night sky. Look at that. Oh my gosh, isn't that wonderful? I love that. Oh, look, I didn't, oh, that's kind of a nice effect. I didn't expect that. That's called a oops surprise. With that little bit of half moon, purple half moon showed up. Oh, I love it. Lots of surprises. Okay, I'm going to leave it up to you all. Have some fun. Use crayon resist, use Sharpie, markers, crayons, and watercolors. Okay, have some fun with this one. Now, just to refresh your memory, this is the one we started with. And here's samples. Remember that nice moon and light blue and a darker blue. Lights are on, an apple tree. You can add your fish. Lights are on. Nice night harbor. That's what this is called. Lights are on. The moon is shining. Beautiful work. And this was done with entirely with crayon resist and watercolor. And then this is watercolor and the thick and thin Sharpie. All right, have some fun. Bye.